Okay, so we are live with the live stats mic'd up session for today's game. This is Cassady Palmer. We have Carl James as well. And unfortunately, the game has not started yet. I say unfortunately because in the Eastern and Central time zones, it's getting late already. So this is going to be a late one, but we're in it together, and we should be starting up in the next probably 15 minutes or so. I haven't seen an official start time yet, just 7:45 time range. So we're just going to hang out until then and see when the live stats start. See how this goes. Um, I guess a couple of things we can go through the lineups real quick. IU is the visiting team in this game. I believe they're the visiting team in 2 out of the 3 games. I think the only game the home team is against San Diego. So IU will be batting first, and we'll have Matt Gorski in right, Drew Ashley in second, Logan Kalitha in center field, Matty Lloyd at first base, Ryan behind the plate. Scotty will be DHing today. Cole Barr will be at third, Sam Crail in left, and Jeremy Houston at shortstop. Paulie will be on the mound as the normal Friday guy. And as I was looking at the stats, I noticed that this is the 11th different defensive alignment and the 11th different batting order that IU has used in their 12 games so far. So there has not been a lot of overlap. On the defensive side, Cole has started every game at third base. Jeremy has started every game at shortstop, and that's it for consistency. On the offensive side, Logan has hit in the 3-hole every game, and that's it for that side. Maddie missed 1 game in the 4 slot, so that's the Indiana lineup. On the Washington side, I just have last names on here. They have Ward in center field, Kale behind the plate. I'm going to butcher this one all night. Bramasco, shortstop, Wayne House at DH, Schiffer at first, Cirillo in left, Blair in right, Baird at second base, Roberts at third, and then the right-handed starting pitcher is Rhodes, who, according to what is up of the live stats so far, has a 1.5 ERA and a 1.5 WHIP, and evidently the leadoff batter is hitting 400 against him. Didn't know that one. So those are the lineups for today. I will mention before this starts, I mentioned it on Twitter this evening. I have never done this before. If anyone has suggestions, things they like, things they don't like, let me know and I'll work on it. I will say that I do use some shorthand with my statistics as far as names, because we do have quite a few, or we've got some multiple names, and so if at any point I say Matt Ski, that is Matt Gorski. If I say Matty, that is Matt Lloyd. That's just how it's been the last couple of years. Kalitha now gets to be Logan because Logan Sowers has graduated.
I will chime in here. If anybody has questions, I am monitoring multiple different feeds. I am monitoring Twitter at See You at the Bart on Twitter. So if you reply to the at See You at the Bart, which is our Talking Hoosier Baseball on Twitter, actually, if you mention that you're talking to the feed, even if you just mention at hashtag IU Base, I will probably see it, and I will try to get a question in for Cassady to be able to answer.
Yep.
Also, the Facebook group, the hashtag IU Base Facebook group, there is a post. So there are comments, and I am monitoring those comments as well. I'm not going to be able to monitor the YouTube due to bandwidth issues, and I'm not sure if it comes in here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to see YouTube comments. But I will be looking at both Twitter and Facebook. So back to you, Cassady.
Okay. Yeah, so anytime you have questions, if it's about the game that's going on, we'll do our best to answer them because we know as much as you guys do with the live stats. So this could get interesting as we try to decipher what's happened. I remember there was one with the Northeastern game, the what was it, the probable tag out double play from third base, and we were trying to figure out exactly how that went down. So there'll be some of those speculations, most likely. But if you have questions about the game, if you have questions about my scorecard, about the stats for the game, the stats for the season, just throw them at me and I'll see what I can answer. Um, yeah, I know some of it's a little wonky still because we're in the early season. Like as a team, I use batting 198 against left-handers and 221 against right-handers. But there was a big stretch where they were facing almost exclusively righties. So that left-hander side is a little lacking in stats at the moment. So there will be some of those things, but as questions come up, just let me know. Um, I can show off the scorecard at points if anyone wants. Um, and if I start mumbling numbers under my breath, it probably means I'm trying to do math on a Friday night. Uh, that's not always the easiest thing. So I still have not seen anything new as far as official start time. We should be getting close. Um, so evidently some people got some passes. I will be on Twitter as well because it helps me see when usually changes are indicated on Twitter before they are updated in the live stats. So if you see me pick up my phone, I'm probably on Twitter. Um, or I'm using that calculator because my math has stopped. That is also likely.
Well, Cassidy, you've already had some positive comments from Keegan on Twitter and Lisa
Oh,
on
yay.
Facebook.
Yes. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, this is completely new territory for me. I'm used to at most I'm chatting with people at the ballpark or messaging with people, tweeting with people. Uh, don't usually do the live stuff at all.
Yeah. For several years, Cassidy would entertain my crazy statistical requirements while I was at the ballpark, and it was really funny
Yes.
because Josh was convinced I was an absolute brilliant person on regarding IU baseball statistics, and I'm like, no, I'm just tweeting at Cassidy, and she's giving me the answers. So
Yeah, and I've actually looked back. I have Time Hop on my phone, which is so amusing most of the time. And of course, one of the ones from 4 years ago. I'm not sure who we were playing, but one from 4 years ago. Oh, it was Ball State. where my tweet was, woke up to find out that there's a radio feed for the Hoosier baseball game this morning. That absolutely makes my day. Unfortunately, that's not the case today, which is why we're where we are now. But IU did win that game, I believe something like 16-1. And Ball State had the radio call, and there was something uh thing the Ball State radio guy says about Jake Kelzer is that he's a tall guy. No, really, never would have guessed. And Carl, you actually responded to that. This is before we actually knew each other.
Yeah.
And just complimentary of the Ball State announcer because they were very good.
There've been some interesting listening to other teams over the years. There's been some interesting ones.
Yes. I remember Stanford had a hard time with pronunciation, like Cangelosi.
The most interesting one I think was the Hawaii team. They were good.
Yes.
But
oh.
Are we live?
I think so. We've got something.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what it is. This is very small. It's an out. This is going to have to get bigger because I can't read. Okay, so Gorski grounded out to third base. He had he had a strike. This is going to be rough if I don't have pitch progression. Their end of game stats had pitch progression, so those there. Because, yeah, it's rough getting the or looking count if I don't know what it was. I know Coastal had something similar where they did, so we will see. Ooh, and it appears that we perhaps, and that is not always collegiate baseball. Okay, and it looks like Drew Ashley also grounded out to third base. So we are giving their third baseman a little bit of work early in the game. He had a 1-1 count. So we're now at 2 outs. At least I took a ball. I can tell that much. Ooh, there might be a different live stats. So let me investigate this. Because this one is kind of a little rough. Yeah. Ooh, is this going to be actual stuff? Let's see. Ooh, okay, this is so much better. IU fans, if you're interested in this, MLB has a live stats page, and it is essentially the same as the professional live stats like you get in the game day app. So this is much nicer, and I am now a much happier camper at 9:45 Central Time. So thank you, Feeney, for pointing that out to me, because I would not have seen that otherwise.
How do you get to that?
So we've got, I have it as, so let me try to explore, because I got it through a direct message. Because it's a very long URL.
Okay, well don't worry about it then. You can go ahead and catch us up now.
Yeah, we are now in between innings, and I'm hoping that stays muted. I believe that Logan struck out, but I have an ad that popped up in the middle of my screen. So I am looking to see where I can see that. Yes. Logan struck out on a 1-2 pitch. So that ends the top half of the first inning. And the Hoosiers go down 1-2-3. So let's see if I can find. Let's see. I wonder if it's in schedule now that we're in the middle of the inning. That's all that. Because at least the first, let me see if this MLB.com/game day slash Hoosiers. Let's see, does that work? Yes, it does. So for Indiana fans who are wanting the MLB live stats experience, if you go to MLB.com/gameday, GAMEDAY slash VS dash Huskies, it will take you to the live stats. I am not sure of a better way to. There is that. Left. First pitch from Paulie Milto is a ball. We now have legit stats. It was an 88.9 mile an hour two-seam fastball, according to the MLB stats. So this could get nice having this level available. I never get to find out what the pitches are. I don't even get pitch speed, so I'm appreciating this. This is cool. Okay, so we're up to a 2-1 count. The batter, Ward. So he's ahead in the. Sneeze or blow my nose. It's that time of year for allergies. Ugh. Okay, it is an out of some variety on an 89 mile an hour fastball. I've not yet found out what it is. That's MLB stats. Is that waiting for in play out, in play run? Much more suspenseful. Out to Sam Crail out in left field. And so we now have Paulie versus Nick Cale. And he starts him off with a ball. Now, this is somewhat odd for Paulie. Is coming into today, once I find the right spreadsheet out of the bazillion I have, coming into today is throwing, let's see, where is it? Paulie is throwing 67% of his pitches for strikes. And so for him to throw this many balls this quickly is a bit unusual for him. But he gets Cale to line out to center field, out to Kalitha. And so that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue yet. With Paulie, if I can find. He also is one of the better first pitch strike throwers on the team at 64% of plate appearances with a first pitch strike. He starts off Bramasco with another ball, but gets him on what appears to be the inside corner. I never trust the pitch placement on the app because there are times where a monkey clicking buttons could place it just as accurately. So I will take it with a grain of salt, but assume that if it's on the inside half, it's on the inside half somewhere. So we're now at a 2-2 count with nobody on and 2 down. And let's see, we're awaiting pitch 5 of the at-bat. So far, Paulie hasn't racked up too many pitches, which is always nice with these Friday games. The deeper Paulie goes, the better. So let's see. I always love with the live stats, the just waiting for something to happen. And nope, we're now at a full count. I don't know if she's watching. I have a friend who would go to minor league games, and they always popped up with essentially Count Chocula with the count is full. And I now think of that every time. That is one way to do it. So we're at a full count, and Paulie seems to be working the lower half of the. He's missing mostly low from what it looks like. And we get the third out. So Washington goes down 1-2-3 as well as Bromesco lines out to Gorski out and right. So they're hitting them into the outfield, but all manageable. 9. Okay. And again, if you hear me mumbling under my breath, it means I'm probably counting up pitches. By this time on a Friday night, I'm not always the brightest bulb in the bunch. So if you hear random numbers, I'm counting. And if there are any kids watching or parents, I highly encourage the use of baseball and stats for math purposes. My mental math has never been better than when I am working on scorecards. That is for sure. And it's more fun. Let's see if I can get, okay, I can get the pitch progression from the top of the inning real quick while we are in between innings. Strike. Yeah, so in the top half, Logan struck out swinging. That's been the most popular strikeout on the season. Much more likely to strike out swinging than looking. And it's the same on the pitching side as well. The pitchers are much more likely to get strikeouts swinging rather than looking. Let's see. Ooh, in play, no out for Maddie Lloyd. Now to see what it is. And it was first pitch swinging as well.
Looks like it's a fastball down the middle.
Yep. That's not something you want to give to Maddie Lloyd. Not really. So we will see what that is, but it was first pitch swinging. He singles to right field. I'm gonna say that's through the right side. If it's a ground ball, it's through the right side. I have my notations, and there is a distinct difference between a single through the right side and a single to right field. And if you see me grabbing markers, it's because I need colors. It makes it so much easier to go back through after the fact and catch which at bats were with 2 outs, which were with runners in scoring position. Okay, so we've got in play outs, which is again the worst thing with runners on, especially. But Ryan had taken the first pitch for a ball. This one looks like it was on the lower end of the plate. He grounds into a double play. And it was a, let's see, 6-4-3. So there are now 2 down and nobody on. Scotty takes a ball. He's actually searching for his first hit of the season. So let's see if he can get it here, if they put anything in the zone. So he fouls one off, a 4-seam fastball. Let's see. Okay. Check the Twitters. Okay. Oop, and they're coming in fast now. Okay, so took another ball and swung at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I'm going to assume underneath it since the fastball is high. So we're at a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the second. And Scotty flies out to left field. So the guys are putting the bat on the ball, which is good. If you put it in play, good things happen. Might not be the first time around, but it is always better to put it into play. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, so 4, 7. And their guy is throwing a whole bunch of strikes so far. 7. He is up to 15 pitches through 2, and 12 of them have been strikes. We'll move to the bottom of the second. Paulie is sitting at 14 pitches through 1, but 7 of them came in 1 at bat. It's interesting to note with Paulie that he is actually statistically better the second time through the lineup than he is the first or the third time through. He has so far, knock on wood, has not given up any earned runs the second time through the order. And just per inning in that stretch. So Paulie, so far this season, has had a couple of rough starts, and the one rough 8th inning against Northeastern kind of skews his third time through. Giving up a 3-run home run kind of tends to do that. That was actually the first home run that the Hoosier pitching staff has given up all year, and it's the only one so far.
And
And
situationally, it wasn't that bad. I mean, with a 6-run lead,
no,
you attack your batters, and that's when you're going to give up jacks.
Yep.
So,
Yep. The one that hit a batter, I believe, just before it. But in the situation, not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So I am less concerned with that than with some of the other things. Like if Paulie gives up a home run, it's gonna happen. That's not the end of the world. I much prefer that they attack the batter and try to nibble around. That doesn't tend to work so well. So we've got Wayne House at the plate, and I apologize now if I say Wainwright at any point. I'm a Cards fan. I see WAIN, and my head goes to Wainwright. Yeah, I thought you'd like that, Josh.
Yep.
House has a he just flew out to right, but he did have a 2-1 count at that point. So we now move to Schiffer, who is the first baseman. And this is kind of cool. With this, I don't normally get whether the batter is righty or lefty. That information is much less consistent than whether a pitcher is righty or lefty. And so that is not always readily available. So Schiffer fouls off the first pitch. It was evidently about an 89-mile-an-hour slider. I kind of wish MLB would be in charge of the stats for every game. That would be awesome. Because the amount of information available here is really cool. And if we have this all weekend, that'll be pretty nifty. Now, if only the Mariners provided some kind of video broadcast, that would be that would be even better. Okay, and so Paulie gets his first strikeout. The pitches came in fast and furious on the live stats. It is a swinging strikeout, and it moved on me very quickly before I could write anything down. I think this is the first time Paulie's really gotten ahead of a batter so far today. And so that's good to see. And it is the second straight batter that he's thrown a first pitch strike to. Both of them were fouled off. And here is a third straight first pitch fouled off. So seems like if the pitch is anywhere near the zone, the Husky batters are going for it on that first pitch. So they might be a little aggressive so far. So Cirillo took second pitch ball and has fouled off a second pitch. So we're sitting at 1-2. And so
the one thing I will add here, Cass, is
yeah,
these are all listed as sliders. Everything Paulie's thrown is a slider. I don't know that that's probably right. So having the MLB technology is a good thing, but I don't necessarily think that they're, when they say slider, 4-seam, 2-seam, that's just the natural movement on his pitches.
Yep. About the most I'll trust that the speed is going to be roughly correct, and I will trust that the pitch location is roughly in the right general area. But that's not always the case on the pitch location. I think it's gotten better over the last few years, but I remember following cards games with my dad where you could just as easily give the monkey the mouse for as good as the pitch location was.
Absolutely. Yep.
So Cirillo has fouled off an additional pair of pitches. So this at bat keeps going. This is one of the longer ones so far, and looks like Paulie pushed him, tried to nudge him away from the plate a little bit, throwing a bit low and in. He seems to have his fastball going. He's touching 90s, which is about where Paulie's gonna sit. And so far, this one's a little was a longer at bat, but gets him to ground out to Paulie. He tosses it over to Maddie for the out. And so we are now through 2 scoreless innings both ways.
So with Paulie, I guess we can assume that the pitches that are sitting close to 90 are his fastballs. And then anything under 85 is probably some sort of off-speed pitch.
Yep. That would be my general assumption. 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Paulie is now up to 29, I believe, through the 2 innings with 17 strikes. And again, he does tend to do a bit better that second time through, so I'm not
that's what
too
he
worried
did
yet.
The last time out.
Yep.
He was up to close to 30 after 2, and then next thing you know, he's under 100 in the 8th. So, yep, that's vintage Paulie.
Yep. So if he can get through the first time through the lineup with no damage, he's very capable of going late into games.
Yep. That's what good starters do. They settle in, and those are your Friday night guys.
Well, especially this is probably his first time pitching in a major league park since they haven't been up to Target Field for Big Ten tourney in a while.
Yep.
So big lights, big crowd. Maybe not big crowd, but big stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, the lights particularly.
Yes.
The lights in a major league park are so much brighter.
Yes.
Which, of course, is advantageous to the hitter because they can see the ball better.
Yes. Yep. Although the dimensions are not the best for this park is not the best for hitting.
Yeah.
It turns out. One of my friends and coworkers is from Washington and is a Mariners fan. So I was talking with him about the ballpark and if you can get the gaps, you can go far. But hitting it out's another story. Although evidently, was it Adley with Oregon State crushed one earlier today?
Yeah,
so we have
someone drew it that he hit it into the upper deck in right.
Yes.
Or hit the glass. There was glass. There's like glass windows. I guess it might have been like some sort of luxury box he hit. Yeah.
Yep. And so while we were chatting, Cole Barr came to the plate and saw 5 pitches, but struck out swinging. That's the second strikeout of the game for the Hoosiers. Which, all things being told, like I said in my Inside the Numbers this week, if the Hoosiers can end the weekend in the 30 strikeout ballpark, I'm not going to be too upset. They're facing some elite pitching. Although, according to this graphic, Sam Krell just took one at helmet level, so took the pitch. So sometimes the pitch can get away from you, even if you are an elite level pitcher. So, all of a sudden we'll get 3 pitches at one time. So it's fun to keep up. Sam is now up in the count 2-1. He fouled off what is probably a fastball. These are all sitting in the 89 to 90 mile an hour range. So I'm going to assume they're the fastballs. So yep, we're at a 2-1 count. And again, fouling off some pitches is a good thing with these bats. Means they're getting the contact early, even if they haven't straightened it out yet. I trust it will get there. He fouls off a second pitch. So we are now even at 2-2.
The first one that looks like it could have been a strike.
Yep. Both of them were probably strikes. And then next pitch is inside. Bottom edge of the zone. Just inside. And this guy seems to be throwing his fastball because all of these are in the 89 to 90 mile an hour range. Ooh, okay. So Sam Krell Singles on a sharp line drive to right field. If I say anything like that, it means I'm reading word for word what the live stats say.
No, we expect you to have vision all the way across the country.
Yes.
Well,
instead of making up my own words, it means that I am absolutely just reading off exactly what it says. And so we've now got Jeremy Houston. We're down to the last batter in the order. There is a pickoff attempt. That is awesome that they provide that, because I have actually been trying to track who's getting thrown over against the most. And so I like that they show that. It's very helpful. The only game I haven't been able to track that was the Northeastern game, where we were just guessing at what was happening. Again, another bonus for these MLB stats. I appreciate it. So as of now, Jeremy still has not seen a pitch yet. We will see what happens. And Jeremy grounds into a double play on the first pitch, and it was a 6-4-3 again. So that is 2 6-4-3s today. So let's see. DIDP. There was a first pitch. So at least they got him up to double-digit pitches that inning at an even dozen. 7 of them being strikes. So he is up to, if my math is right, 29. Yes, my math is right. That is 29. And so he is through 3 on a pretty small number of pitches. But again, they are making contact. They're getting the ball into play. Just a matter of not hitting it right at the infielders. Really, at that shortstop. Let's not hit it at him anymore. Especially not with runners. Okay. Okay, I'm caught up there. Okay, so we're back in the bottom of the third, and Paulie has thrown a first pitch called strike to Connor Blair, who is the right fielder batting 7th. So far, each side, every half inning has been 1, 2, 3, even if there have been a pair of hits on the Hoosier side. Blair fouls off the second pitch and watches it outside of the zone on the third pitch. Appear to be a little bit more breaking ball on Paulie's side, even if I'm not gonna try to guess what those pitches actually were. Pretty safe to say that 81 miles an hour is not a fastball. And he takes another ball, this one low, maybe a bit outside as well, but very low. So we're knotted up at 2-2. Paulie is up to 34 pitches, now 35 with a third ball, and the count is full. So we'll have the payoff pitch coming up shortly. And he gets him out. I'm not sure yet how, but he gets him out. Sometimes it pops up super quick with what happens, and other times it's just in play out. Okay. But it was with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. So he flew out to Gorski and right.
I will say that I do now have access to the YouTube chat, so I will start. There are lots of questions, so at the inning break, I will start shooting those your way, Cassady.
Sounds good.
I was just wanting to do it without losing my bandwidth. So go ahead, Cassady. Sorry.
That is important. Oh, I was just saying that is an important thing. Okay. Oh, and Baird, the second baseman, flies out on his first pitch, also to Gorski. So Matsky's getting a little bit of run in there. But we've seen this outfield do a whole lot of good so far this season and not much by way of bad. So I trust all of the guys out there, no matter who it is. There's been some variety and they've all been fantastic.
And really, teams have not challenged them on the bases much at all.
No. Which teams learned last year, especially with Gorski, not to test when he was over in left field. So they've all got on. There are legit at least 2 center fielders in that outfield.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably trust Drew to play out there as well. And so Nick Roberts, after taking a ball, grounds out to Jeremy at short. And that is another 1-2-3 inning for Paulie. And we are still scoreless through 3 innings. Okay.
All right, Cassady. Aaron asks, are you going to make it until 2 a.m. when the game is over?
I am lucky in that I am in Central Time Zone, but that is what my handy dandy Pepsi is for. I will make it through. I can guarantee that. I also have, thanks to Leah Shea's online Girl Scout cookie ordering, I have some Thin Mints. So I am a very happy camper right now.
Elizabeth asks, are you going to write all of that info in those tiny boxes?
Yes, I am. I have some examples. Let's pick a fun one, not a Tennessee one. So here is an example of, I will try to put it close to the, but this was from the UConn game. It's all color coded and really teeny tiny letters. So I have learned over the past few seasons the best way to collect all of this.
Okay, and Plato Golf wants to know, what is the line score so far?
Ooh. Let's see. Okay, line score. Sorry, it's late on a Friday night. I'm not sure. I'm used to line score for a particular person, not a team. It's no runs on 2 hits, no errors. That's a bonus. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to do math while talking, and that is challenging. You will hear that probably several times, that math while talking is challenging. So we've got Gorski back up to the plate, takes the first pitch for a ball and fouls the second pitch off. Oh, foul, if I can actually write. Looks like that first ball almost hit him. But again, that's rough pitch location, so not going to trust it completely. He fouls off another, so he's down in the count 1-2. And let's see. Try to find that. And Gorski has actually been, as far as rate goes, has been one of the better batters on the team at drawing walks. He does strike out swinging this time. But he's walked coming into today in about 14% of his plate appearances on the season. So he's a guy who reaches base however he can. So Drew also takes the first pitch, this one outside, according to the stats. Seems to be a fastball. Fouls off the second fastball. This guy seems to really, really like his fastball. So Drew looks like he swings over the top of a breaking pitch that was low. I'm going to qualify 82 miles an hour as breaking pitch. That seems safe. The suspense is just fantastic. Waiting for the pitch to come in. Okay, and so he takes another pair of balls. Both of them pretty outside, pretty outside the zone. So he's laying off of that. Keeps it alive with a foul of a fastball, so it's still a full count. Drew's been very good so far about working these long at bats and battling back from disadvantageous counts.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't swing at bad pitches and has a good approach at the plate.
Yep. He is called out on strikes, though, this time around. I didn't get to see where that last strike. But that was a 7-pitch at bat. I'm a little more forgiving of a strikeout than a 3-pitch strikeout. But we are now at 2 outs with nobody on in the top of the 4th. We've got Kalitha up, and he foul tips the first one and watches one theoretically in the zone. Live stats, it doesn't look like it's in the zone. And I don't know this umpire crew, so I don't know whether to doubt them or not. But based on the location, that's not a called strike at all. Takes the next one for a ball. So it counts now 1-2. Oh. Their pitcher seems to be mixing it up a little bit more, not the straight fastballs at the moment. And Kalitha, as he takes another ball, Kalitha has actually been significantly better against right-handed pitchers than lefties. Coming into today, he's batting .310 versus righties and just .077 against lefties. He does get the out. I don't know what yet, but it's an out. Grounds out to the shortstop. But as I said earlier on particularly the lefties, there really aren't enough at bats. Logan's had just 13 at bats versus the left-hand pitcher. So really small sample size so far. In my day job, a sample size of under 20 is considered unreliable. So I kind of would go by the same measure here. So we're through 3.5 half of scoreless baseball. Not too much exciting yet. Okay. Do we have any more questions this middle of the inning? 5. Okay, math. I can do math. 3, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
Have a Thin Mint.
I will have a Thin Mint. That's a very good idea. Although they're not as frozen as they.
No, probably not. So you have to.
I did put them in the freezer.
Put a sleeve in the freezer, and then even though after you catch up in your half inning, hit pause for a second and run over there and grab it out of the freezer.
That sounds like too much work on a Friday night.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially after a 5 a.m. workout.
Ugh.
My body just kind of says nope. It was all legs, too. Okay, so we are back to the top of the Washington order, and Ward takes a ball for the first pitch. And Paulie gets him looking on the bottom half of the zone.
He continues to throw that slider.
Yeah. Although that, yeah, parasliders so far.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's thrown a fastball yet.
I don't know. I've seen at least one at 90.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was a 2-seam or a 4-seam, but there's something there. Okay, and so Ward is hit by the pitch. So that is the first base runner for Washington so far. Okay, so we now have a runner on first with no outs. And the next pitch, first pitch to Kale, is high, looks like about eyeball level. Now, from what I remember, Washington hasn't been too big on stolen bases either. But let's pull it up. He has taken a second ball, so Paulie has thrown 5 pitches so far this inning. 4 of them have been balls. Switching back and forth between tabs. So fouls off one that was upper part of the zone, but pretty dead center, according to the stats. Statistics. This would be a time for one of those nice little ground balls that we keep hitting. Or a really fun one of those line into double plays. Mm-hmm. I always love those.
You're not going to get that ground ball unless you're pitching low. He's up high.
Yep.
So that'll have to be a line out.
Yep. Hey, we've seen him climb the ladder well. Yes. Runner has, well, as throws over that direction, this current runner has not so far this season, which is pretty important to note. He fouls off another pitch, so count has evened up to 2-2. On the season, Washington has successfully stolen 17 bases in 18 attempts. However, 11 of 12 from, oh no, this is Yeah, no. I was looking at the wrong guy. This is the guy who steals bases. He has bases in 12 attempts. And so Cale fouls off another. So count is still 2-2. And it is a runner on base. I was looking at Cale instead of looking at Ward. But other than that, Brumett, who has multiple attempts on the season. Ooh, and so Paulie gets Cale to strike out swinging, and Ward did not try to go very far. So he is still over at first, and there's now one down with still waiting on that first pitch to him. Oh, so okay, well, I guess that spot on the outer half of the plate is going to be a strike because that's now two in that same spot.
Yep.
One each way. So evidently that is the outer half.
And even Paulie's 81 mile-an-hour pitch is a slider in that same spot from the last at bat. So
yeah. Yep.
It's a slider changeup.
Everything he throws, it must have great movement. Though yes. If they're calling everything a slider, it's got to be moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. If I hover over top of it.
But that was the only off speed he threw, the one that got the strikeout.
Yep. And it was and it was still called a slider. Yes.
Yeah, the break on that called strike has it at 28.8 degrees. Okay, and so
it was a change then.
Probably.
Yep.
But so far, everything this at bat has been labeled a slider.
Well, everything from Paulie the whole game.
Yes. Evidently, Paulie's just throwing sliders today. Yep. That is what today is. So Bromesco took the third pitch high, so count is 2-1, all sliders. So we'll see what happens. Don't know if we've seen too much movement from Ward over there on first. Haven't been any throws over there at least. So we'll see how he does. But I think it's safe to say, even if it's not a slider, the 80-mile-an-hour pitch is definitely a breaking ball. So, well, evidently Paulie balked. I'm not shouting that. I am not Peony. So there is now a runner in scoring position with one down, and the double play becomes significantly more difficult. Mm-hmm. But Bromesco strikes out swinging, so now there are 2 outs. And the double play is not needed anymore. And he strikes out swinging. I don't know what that second strike was, so I'm going to take a peek. So swinging strike for both of them. And so Wayne House is up, and he fouls off the first and watches a ball in the dirt for the second pitch and watches another strike on the outside half. That one was closer, though. And so it's a 1-2 count with runner on second and 2 down. Again, it's a speedy guy on the base paths.
All right.
As we wait for the next pitch.
We're good.
Okay, he flies out to Sam Crail out in left. And No damage. Fast runner stays at second.
Without even attempting to run.
Nope. And we didn't even really try to hold him on too much. Didn't throw over there too much. So.
No. So how many pitches is Paulie at?
Let me math. I will let you know. 10, 18. Is 18 that inning? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he is at 56 through 4. So he's a little high, but
yeah, he's good for 7 at least.
Oh yeah.
If he gets a double play or quick inning, then 8.
Yep. So
Elizabeth seems happy about the Thin Mints.
Ooh,
just
yay.
to let you know.
And I would say I haven't talked about this, but when I checked this morning, Leah Shea's Girl Scout cookie site was still active.
All right.
So you can talk to Feeny. Didn't think I'd be selling Girl Scout cookies tonight, but
why not?
Why not?
It's 11:38 my time, 10:38 your time. So
Yep. I guess if there's ever a time to crave Thin Mints, it's gonna be right now. No, and it was fantastic that because I'm over in Missouri and they ship them right to my door.
Cool.
Today.
Good timing.
Mm-hmm. And some do-si-dos, some tag-alongs, bit of a variety. So we now have Matty Lloyd up to bat. He takes a ball, watches another one of those borderline call strikes. That one is significantly shorter. That one is reasonable on the border call. Oh. See. And you another strike in about that same spot, a little more in the zone than the other, but virtually the same spot. And then he did not go golfing on that one. And Maddie's one of those interesting ones. So, yeah, he's batting 174 against righties and 308 against lefties. So we'll see how he does against this righty as he fouls off a pitch that was kind of in that same borderland zone.
What did you say his splits were?
So against righties, he's batting 174, and against lefties, he's batting 308.
Okay.
So he grounds out softly to third base. But again, he's only had 13 at bats against left-handed pitchers.
That still seems impossible.
Yes, but he does it been consistent over his entire time with the Hoosiers. Stood out to me immediately.
Yeah.
So we've got Feynman up to the plate. He watches the first pitch and then fouls off the second. Went away. The foul closer to the strike zone. Ryan's another one of those like Kalitha hitting significantly better against right-handed pitchers, hitting 300 versus righties and 83 versus lefties. Again, lefty sample size. I will probably keep harping that until it gets higher.
Hey, Cass.
So, hey,
keep pushing those Thin Mints.
I thought you'd like that.
Keep pushing
they
those.
They are good.
Oh my God, Leah Shay's cookies are the best.
They are.
Yeah, she sells the best Girl
I tried to get my friend to buy some, but there aren't any of the gluten-free ones, and she wants Thin Mints, but can't have them.
No, Thin Mints are the best, and they do have to go in the freezer.
They are. Yes. So Ryan has an out of some kind. Don't know what yet. So we're keeping it consistent this inning.
You're doing a great job. This thing is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You're getting a lot of good feedback. Twitter and
yay
and all this. It's good stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I kind of
sliders.
Yes. No, my first thought of doing this was I have to stay awake to be able to write a recap tonight. So
that's true.
What better way to stay awake?
I can't believe they called a balk on us.
I know.
Ugh.
If it had been on them, I might have shouted it.
I tried to call one on the pickoff move a few innings ago, but the chat room understood what I was saying, but
yep,
it was typed, so it really wasn't loud.
Yeah. So we've got Scotty up to the plate, still looking for that first hit. He fouls off the first two pitches, both of them in the area of the zone, borderline, but definitely close.
We really need to get him going here.
Absolutely.
That is a no-hitter?
Hey, Feeney?
What?
The guy's throwing a no-hitter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maddie and both have a single, but Scotty hasn't gotten a hit yet this season.
Oh, okay. I know what you were saying. That's why I was confused.
Yep. So he fouled off his third pitch. Yeah, he's had 14 at bats so far, and he strikes out swinging low. So that's another 1-2-3 inning, and we are still scoreless through a half.
How many Ks so far?
We are at 2, 3, 4, 5. Which puts
so 1 an inning. That's not bad for us.
Yeah. No, if we can be 10
half our average,
I'm happy.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh God.
And so if you think about it, we're right about there of 5 Ks halfway through.
Oh.
So 14. Easy math. Really easy math.
You sure you've never done this before, Cass?
I have never done this before.
It's really good. Really good.
Oh. Hey, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I like that third option. Better than nothing.
Yes. Well, as I was pointing out before the live feed started, it's dumb and it's better than nothing are not mutually exclusive.
No.
It can very easily be dumb and better than nothing at the same time.
Yep.
Nah, this is so much better than staring at the screen waiting for the pitches.
That is true.
So we're halfway through the game now, and it's been about an hour.
Wow.
Hey, I'll take it. We started late. I will take it.
What's the time limit again?
3.5 hours is what they did for the other games.
Oh wow!
Yep.
So we're not going to have to worry about that unless it goes. So
yeah, not
14,
not at the current pace. Of course, you're right. Yeah, well, I guess that's also requires
14 and
somebody would have to score at some point.
Yes,
we'll fly Luke. We'll fly Luke in to do the 14th inning stretch.
Yes.
If we get to that point,
yes.
And he'll gain 3 hours going out, so he can make it.
No, he'll make his easily.
Well, Schiffer has already come to the plate in the top of the fifth, and he has already gotten out. Grounds out softly to Colbar at third base, so we're really staying consistent this inning.
It's all the sliders.
Although I like that 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
Yes. So we now have Cirillo back up to the plate. He watches the first pitch outside of the zone. He ground back to Paulie his first time up, but it took him 7 pitches to do so.
See, this is like a real broadcast, Cass. Killing it.
Except I can't see anything that's going on.
Listen, I don't think Roger's sight was that good either.
Oh, taking a shot at RR.
Oh.
He could always notice when he needed some of those zip ties, though. I know that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So Cirillo takes the second ball, and we're evidently back to sliders again. So that's how tonight is.
Oh, my God.
He fouls off a slider.
No way.
Dead center.
It's amazing. Paulie has been, to be honest, Paulie has been really consistent with this slider.
He really
pitch
has.
speed tonight. It's been down to like 79. It's been up to 91. It's been just really consistent speed on his slider tonight.
Yes.
You can get somebody out even when they know it's coming.
Yep. And another slider. This one a ball about eye level, it looks like. I couldn't find it at first. It was blunt.
So should we clarify for those that are just listening and not following on stats what the whole slider thing is?
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So MLB the live stats for at least for today, maybe for the but in that they pitch type in addition to the speed, and so at bat it lists Paulie as having 6 sliders. It has very much had him slider heavy day, and that is like as he walks Cirillo on first with 1 down, and Blair fouls off the first slider. I'm going to keep harping on this just because it makes me laugh. But since this is neither Bromesco nor Ward, probably the guy at first is not going anywhere at the moment. He might, but don't think it's super likely. Hey, Paulie gets one of those outside strikes. There have been several of those today. And I have no idea what's close and what isn't. I usually like to yell while I'm watching. But I can't really do that because it's been both ways and I have no idea. It's hitting the same spot being called a strike, so. And so Blair watches 1 high. What would that be? 6, 7, 8, 9th slider it's shown in a row. I'm really sure that is not the case.
No.
And not with an 8-mile-per-hour difference in speed.
No. Yep.
Those are different pitches.
Yes. So they maybe need to look at reconfiguring something with the live stats. Something's a little off. It's also spring training, so from their vantage point, it's probably not that big of a deal.
No, I seriously think that's probably movement and speed, though.
Yeah.
Those are geared for MLB guys and how their ball spins and breaks.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that's why everything he throws is slider.
Yep. And so we have another ball and then a pickoff attempt. So it's still runner at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. Paulie does seem to be throwing this guy a bit away. And he flies out to Gorski. Runner stays put. So it's now 2 down and 1 on.
What were you going to say, Carl?
No, nothing.
Okay.
So we now have Baird up. He's the 7-hole hitter. No, Baird is the 8-hole hitter. And 1 pitch, 1 out for him. He flies out to Sam Crail in left.
Good.
And we've got another scoreless inning.
All right. How many?
So
What are we up? What are we up to, Cass?
I'm counting. 13. We are at 69. It looks like. Nice. I couldn't resist.
All right, let's get him some runs, dadgummit. Come
yes.
on.
Paulie has done phenomenally so far.
Yep.
So right now it's purely on the offense.
Yep. Who do we have up this half?
We have just 1 second. Have to mark my first pitch strike.
I'm sorry to interrupt your.
Oh no, you're good.
Mid-inning ritual.
I was almost done anyway. We are in the bottom third of the order. Cole, Crail, and Jeremy.
All right.
But so far, the Hoosiers have not yet had anything other than a 1-2-3 inning. Have a pair of hits, but also a pair of double plays. Pair of 6-4-3 double plays.
I'm going to predict that we have 2 on with 1 out with Gorski coming up.
I thought that was where you were going to go with that.
Time to break through.
He could crush 1 pretty well. Maybe not that Sam Travis upper deck target field, but
right. Yep.
That one he hit at TD last year was pretty impressive.
That was a good one. So we have Cole Barr at the plate. He struck out his first time up, and we're waiting on the first pitch. It is a fairly high ball. Some of these borders get a little wishy-washy in the live stats. I don't quite trust the borders. But I figure it's probably in the general location listed. Again, that one has improved significantly over the years. So we've got a couple of called strike and a swinging strike, so it's 1 and 2.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Cass, this is the MLB that we're watching, and their strike zone's a little bit different than ours is.
Yes.
So that kind of might factor in too.
Yep.
When we see this zone widening out.
Yeah. Well, and even really just from batter to batter, it's different.
Yeah.
As Cole takes another couple of balls and it's a full count. Because, I mean, Jeremy's strike zone is pretty darn different from Gorski's strike zone.
Right. Yep.
Laren Eustace was always my favorite. He was so hard to strike out.
He had no strike zone.
No.
Just like Casey Rodriguez had no strike zone.
Yep. But no, Laren very rarely struck out.
Yep.
If he did it himself. It was not looking. He was swinging it.
Right.
He was a fun one to watch. As Cole takes ball 4, so we've got a runner on. Leadoff runner on. Yep.
Yep, you called it.
Doesn't matter how you get on. And we've got Crail coming up.
Come on, Sammy.
Yep. According to Aaron Fitt, Paulie has had a pretty good splitty going too, which is still not a slider. So I always trust the people who are actually there. So there's a pickoff attempt on Cole, and then a ball to Crail. And if I can find my throwovers. spreadsheet, one of the million that I've got. Minimize that. Let's see. So the most frequently thrown over against is Drew Ashley at 10 times, closely followed by Gorski at 8, despite the 3 games he did not play. They know to watch him pretty closely.
And those guys have been on more than anybody else on our team too, though. So
yes,
that kind of has to be.
Yep. This is the second time that Cole has been thrown over against. So, yep. Not counting the Northeastern game because I have no idea on that. So there's an out of some kind. Hopefully not two.
Don't be two.
He flew out to center, which is better than the alternative. Cole stays right where he is, which again is better than the alternative.
Jeremy gets on base. Gorski hits a bomb.
Yep. Hey, I'm down with that. 1-1 count. Yep, so we've got Jeremy up. Let's see. He takes a ball for the first pitch. And if I can find Jeremy, he is currently batting 174 against righties. But everybody's numbers are trending up right now. Those first couple of weeks really killed the early batting averages. So he takes a second ball. I wonder if that one's really a slider. It's listed as one.
Yep. Could be from that guy.
Yeah, I don't know about him, so. According to Lisa, Chad Clark was her favorite as far as the tiny strike zone, and that is true. Chad had a nice small strike zone.
Yep.
So we're waiting on the third pitch. See what it is. Second pitch was about eye level, which for Jeremy is a little lower than some of the other guys. I always loved ones like Brad Hartong eye level, because that's like 6'5" eye level. So Jeremy swings and misses at one, and then watches another. So we've got a 3-1 count with a runner on first, one down. Again, this guy seems to really like his fastball, and I'm going to trust that these 89-mile-an-hour ones are fastballs.
I would think so.
That seems fair to me.
Yep. Yeah. Evidently, the swinging strike almost got away from the catcher. Says it was blocked.
Yep.
Which also means that maybe wasn't the best one to swing, but it is possible to reach base on a strikeout. So you never know. That's always my favorite to try to fit into my scorecard is the dropped third strike. So Jeremy walks after another throw over to Cole.
There's my 2.
Yep, you're spot on. I hope you get the last part here.
Come on, Maddie.
We've got Gorski up. He's got, I think it's 4 homers on the season.
And if he does, I will sign off and say goodnight.
If he does, you need to go buy a lottery ticket.
Come on, Maddie G.
Oh, there's a mound visit. Don't know if this will be a pitching change one or a, hey, just settle him down one. But they don't get too many of those mound visits. So
I hope it's a throw him a first pitch fastball visit.
Ooh, I do like that idea. But not being able to see the bullpen, I have no idea if anybody's warming up. So we will see. that's where it would be really nice.
Yeah.
Be able to see. Still just says mound visit. But I'd say facing the preseason All-American, probably a good time to check on the pitcher with runners in scoring, with a runner in scoring position.
But I would guess they're going to change. Oh, sorry, Carl. Go ahead.
With two, no, he's staying in.
Is he?
Really?
Yep.
I haven't made it that far yet.
I was about to say the same thing because he's walked the two guys on base have walked. So
yeah.
Jeez.
Oh well,
You're flirting with fire here.
Gorski swings at the first two. No contact. Another pair of sliders.
Yeah, these are off-speed pitches. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been hammering that fastball, so he probably doesn't want to give Gorski too much there. I can't say I blame him on that.
No. He would have been geared up for that.
Oh, I think you guys are ahead of me. Yep.
Dadgummit.
Yep.
All three off-speed pitches.
Yep. Yep. So Gorski strikes out swinging on 3 pitches.
The book is out.
And so we now have Drew up with runner in scoring position and 2 down. As I get my many colors.
Matt will be lucky to see a fastball for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. If he does, it's a screw up.
Yep. I was so close.
Yep.
Well, or someone being unable to locate anything but a fastball.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Yep. So Drew fouls off the first pitch. And I'd imagine that at the moment, Cole and Jeremy are staying put. Fouls off the second one. This one a fastball. Hey, there's a fastball.
Yeah. Because Jeremy saw nothing but fastballs.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
But I think a lot of teams are going to underestimate Drew right behind Gorski.
Yeah.
I think that's Mercer's. I think that's what he thinks that highly about Drew is that he can back up and make sure that Gorski has protection with Drew behind him.
Yep.
Because of his approach and pop the other way. And
Well, it's more, I think teams are definitely scouting Gorski as the preseason All-American.
Yes.
They're scouting him. Ooh, did he do something? You guys are ahead of me.
It's gotta be Oppo. It was away.
Ooh, yay!
All right, Drew.
We've got an RBI single from Drew, just as we're praising his approach. So he Cole from second and Jeremy to second, since it was just a line drive to left field. Even with a hit and run, you're not getting to third on that one.
No.
Person scoring position. Now with Logan Khalifa at the plate, still 2 down. As I grab my many colors again. He fouls off the first one. Credit the RBI in my little box.
Cass, you're doing a great job juggling the way you are.
Oh, thank you.
Hosting and then still putting up with our commentary.
Oh, well, I tend to talk to myself during games anyway, so this isn't too far off. So Khalifa fouls off the second one. We're getting a lot of fouls.
And these are both fastballs.
Right.
And
we're getting that pitch count up a bit.
Not plus 90 either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get under 90, those fastballs are quite hittable.
Yes. That looks way outside. He does not offer at it. But in play out.
If that pitch was true, it should be second and third.
Yeah.
Before that was way outside.
Yes, that looks very outside. But all of these looked at least a little outside, so not sure what the out is yet, but there is an out. So IU strands a pair, but they pushed the first run across the board, and that's the really important part.
Yep.
So a fielder's choice drew out at second. I didn't see. I think it was 6-4. All plays. All plays. I want to know. Is it not gonna? Let's see. Yes, 4. That's what I needed to see. 3. On the plus side, did get his pitch count up a bit. Let's see, that's 10, 16, 21, 24 pitches that inning. So I do like that. 2, 4, 5, 8, and 14 of them were strikes. So he is now up to 83 pitches through 6 innings. That was 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. So we'll see how long their pitcher hangs in there now that he's up above the 80 pitch mark. I don't know anything about their pitchers to know who. I'm going to generally assume a Friday guy can go pretty long.
Yeah, but he's only a freshman.
Oh, that's true. So we'll see how long he goes, what his leash is like.
You know, it's weird. I mean, like Minnesota still has their top pitcher as their Saturday guy.
Yeah. Well, I was intrigued to see if IU would do that this weekend with throw Pauly against Oregon State.
I think Coach Mercer has shown himself to try to get people in roles.
Yep.
And I don't think it really mattered what the competition was. There's an order to the rotation.
Yep. And so as we've been talking, there's already 1 out. Roberts fouled off a pitch and then flew out to Kalitha in center. And we're back to the top of the order. And so again, this is Speedy Guy who reached base by getting plunked. He reached base the Logan Kalitha way.
And as you said, this is the 3rd time through the order.
Yep. So he does get a little more compared to the 2nd time through. He gets a little more shaky, but that's kind of exploded by that 1 home run. He's only given up 4 hits the 3rd time through, and just 1 of them was that home run. So he does get up to about 12.5 pitches per inning. So he does go up a bit, but he's got a pair of strikes here on Ward. First one called, second one swinging. Both sliders. That just makes me laugh. And then a couple of balls, 1 high, 1 low. But it is really cool for these guys to get the experience of playing in a big league park. That's one of the things. I'm as much fun and as great as TD Ameritrade is for Big Ten tourney. Having that every other year up at Target Field was always really cool. And I will still, to this day, argue that if the Big Ten basketball tournament can be held in New York, a state without a Big Ten school, then the Big Ten baseball tournament can be held at Busch Stadium. That is my argument. Okay, so after working the count full, Ward has some kind of out. I don't know what yet. He grounds out to Matty Lloyd at first. It appears to be unassisted. And so there's 2 down for Kale, who has lined out and struck out so far today. He swings at the first pitch at the bottom of the zone. I'm going to assume swung over top of it, but I don't know. Watches the second one, bit low and away. Oh, evidently, Mississippi State won for Coach Lemonis. And evidently, that's 10 in a row.
Yeah, so they've been doing that a lot lately.
Yes. Okay, so Kale gets out in some form. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Paulie. He grounds out to Maddie, who tosses it over to Paulie, covering the base. 1. So that is 6 innings for Paulie on 9, 10, 11, 2, 4, 7. I have it 80 pitches even. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. Hoosiers still have a 1-0 lead through 6 full innings. And all of those were first pitch strikes.
Well, on the YouTube chat,
yes,
there's a lot of discussions about where they would like to see the Big Ten tournament as well.
Ooh, I started something.
Yeah, one agreed with you. Someone's suggesting Wrigley.
Yes, it's centrally located, and they could even, if it was a scheduling issue, there's 2 ballparks in Chicago. They could try to schedule it with both of them.
Yep,
that's one that I've talked about before.
Yep, and then of course one mentioned Indianapolis, but understanding that that there's a slight conflict in the city that week.
Yeah, I don't think that Indy can host anything with that. And we do have a pitching change. We've got Chris Michaels. Don't know much about him other than I know that their pronunciation guide included Michaels in case anybody had trouble with M-I-C-H. Oh, yep. But it is Michaels.
Yeah, no, I was saying that's why they would put that in there.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yes. So let's see. He is a lefty facing Matty Lloyd. Lefty. He is number 28. Micheles. No, I tried to make sure that I took a peek at the pronunciation guide before it started. I offer no guarantees I'll still pronounce them correctly, but I'm at least doing my best.
You're doing a good job, Cass.
Oh, I'm trying. I remember with some of the more difficult ones IU has had, and actually it came up in my time yesterday where a play-by-play guy tried to combine Cangelosi and Lemonis and got Cangelonis.
Nice.
Yep. So Maddie is down 0-2. Swung at first and watched the second, possibly a little high. It's on the top end there. So he's in an 0-2 count. He does have a hit on the day. Also grounded out softly to third base, if I remember correctly. Because there were several of those in that inning. In play, no out. Ooh! So Matty Lloyd with the first extra base hit of the day. Doubles on a line drive to left field.
Way to go, Matty.
Left field. 3 all strikes. So we've got a run base, nobody out. And makes that double play ball significantly more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. And we've got Feynman coming up to the plate.
So Cass, do we do? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying he's ground out twice. Yep.
Okay. So should we do the Big Ten tournament at Wrigley or U.S. Cellular or
both?
Yep. That would be...
Both as an option.
I think that would be a preference instead of... We know we can't do it here in Indy.
Right.
With the Indian
Get it
plan,
somewhere central.
Yep.
Well, you said they played the basketball tournament in New York. Why not at Yankee Stadium?
No, that's not central. That defeats the purpose.
I'm sure I'm the first to ever think of that. So,
Carl. You know what? To be honest, Omaha is not that different than New York.
No.
I mean, I know you were tongue in cheek with that, but that is just as ridiculous as us playing our tournament out there at Omaha.
Yeah. The thing with Omaha is it's a leg up if you can get to the World Series.
Right. You have the experience on that turf. But yep.
City Field.
I thought you were going to chime in.
Oh, now you chime in. Now you chime in.
Hey, I'm working over here.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are. You told me about your work.
No, I mean, I'm working the Twitter thing.
Oh.
And Facebook. I'm sending out the Cassady Palmer.
I've seen that. I'm in a spot where I can't really tweet. Something had to fall by the wayside, and it became Twitter.
No. Listen, this is a beautiful thing. It's so good.
Well, and while we've been chatting, Feynman's up to a 2-2 count.
Mm-hmm.
Watched a pair inside and one of them a bit low.
Everything down.
Yep. Foul tip strikeout for Ryan.
I see Carl gets it a little earlier than you. I saw his face.
Yeah. I don't know why mine's a little slower, but it is.
It's not always. It varies.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
you sometimes have called a couple things before I've seen them.
Okay.
But like it can happen like in the same at bat, you know.
Yeah.
Like I see that and you call it 3 seconds later and then
Yep.
That's great. You never know with the technology.
No. Oh, so we've got a pinch hitter.
Oh, who we got?
We've got Jake Scrine replacing Scotty. So Scotty's still going to be searching for that first hit.
Scrine can crush it, though.
He can. He really can. And we haven't seen him in a little while.
We need Scotty, though.
Yeah, we need his bat to get going.
That ball,
and I'm sure it will.
That ball in the ninth inning, he hit Memphis, boy.
Oh, yeah, that thing was crushed.
Yep.
So he fouls off the first one. And we've still got Maddie out there at second. Takes a ball inside. Don't imagine Maddie's going to venture too far off the bag.
He's the fastest man in Canada.
Yes. He has been thrown over against twice so far this season. But again, this Washington team hasn't had many. They've caught 4 out of the 6 people who have tried to run against them. So it's going to be even more nuts. I haven't seen the stats through today's game, but Oregon State had only had 4 people run on them coming into today. Only one of them successfully.
Did you see where he hit that home run, that kid?
Yes, I did.
Oof. Off the glass in right field.
Yes. So Jake's got a 1-2 count right now. Had a called strike pretty low. He strikes out swinging. So we've now got runner on second with 2 down. And Cole Barr coming to the plate.
Come on, put one in the gap.
Sorry. So far, Cole has struck out once and walked once. Led off last inning with a walk and ended up scoring on the Drew Ashley single, 2-out single.
You busy on Sunday at 2, Cass?
Doing scorecard.
So good.
Cole Barr gets intention. That is the first intentional walk of the season. I'm wondering if it was that intentional, the automatic intentional walk that's new this year.
Have to be.
Sure
Why would you throw the ball if you don't have to?
Right.
Yeah.
But I kind of get walking Cole at this point.
Yeah.
Who's up now?
Sam
Why?
Chris,
Why?
who is 1 for 2 so far today.
Why do that there?
Yeah, notice they
don't
refer them all as automatic balls. There's no pitch location. There's no pitch locations.
Oh, I had just an intentional walk. So Crail
I don't get that.
is 0-2.
They saw Barr's power numbers. For the
Yep, that's my thought, because Cole has crushed some balls so far.
But if he doesn't crush it, he's out.
But they see the home. They're probably like, let him have the base.
Yeah, because so far this year, as I pull off my printed stats, Cole's one of the ones, if I remember correctly, who has a super high extra base hit rate.
Yeah. Yep. Everything he does is extra bases.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or no bases.
Yep.
Yeah, he and Gorski both have really high extra base hit rates. I do not know where that.
Single though, easy.
Come on, kid.
There's a ball, so it's now 1-2. Okay, I'm missing a page somewhere. There it is. Fell on the floor. Yeah, out of 8 hits coming into today, 5 of Cole's were for extra bases, 4 of them home runs.
Yep.
Pretty impressive power there.
Throwing all fastballs.
Crail strikes out swinging after working the count even. So that's a trio of strikeouts with the leadoff runner on second. So we strand a pair in the 7th.
What's Uncle Paulie's pitch count?
80.
He is at 80.
Dang it.
Anybody feel like singing?
No.
All right.
Singing what?
Well,
I wonder what.
Singing what?
We're at the stretch. One of us got to sing it. Come on.
Sing what? Ugh. Ugh.
Maybe they're playing it over there. You don't know.
You think so?
I'll have to confirm with my guy, Manning, from the Seattle alumni.
There we go.
Right.
Yep.
They do play that first.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Don't care if I am.
Root for the Cardinals. Oh, wait, sorry.
It's 1, 2,
3 ball game. Thank you for that, Carl. That was awesome. Oh, wait, no. That can't ever happen.
Oh, I heard it.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah. Italian verse.
Second page.
Okay.
There you go, Peony.
There you go, Chris.
Got your taste.
So Bromesco takes the first, or he swings at the first pitch, theoretically an 80-mile-an-hour slider, and then watches the second slider of the at-bat. It's not a slider. Ball. And he gets out of some variety on 3 pitches. We'll see what it is. He grounds out to Jeremy at short.
Good deal.
Yep. 3 pitches, 2 strikes. So Paulie is now up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 first pitch strikes out of 18, 21 total plate appearances. So that's not too darn bad after starting off a little rough with the balls.
But what's our big count, Cass? What's our total count, Cass?
Total count.
For Paulie.
Pitches.
Oh, pitches, he is at 83. He has thrown 84, now 85. After he got Wayne House to try to golf, it looks like.
Okay.
Unsuccessfully. And I'm proud I have not yet said Wainwright. That's my goal. Don't say Wainwright.
I won't say Beltran.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite Met of all time.
I would think. Or
he killed us. He killed us for 3 years. But he did give me my best memory.
He got you that
of Cardinal.
MVP of the NLCS twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once for the Astros, once for the Cardinals.
Yep.
So I'm going to take over Carl's thing a little bit and mention that Michigan just beat number 2 UCLA 7-5.
Dodger Stadium.
Yep. So not too far from where IU is right now. Both of them in areas far warmer than home.
It looks pretty cold. They're wearing winter coats at T-Mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually it was snowing in Seattle today.
Was it?
Yes.
Yep.
And even in the indoor stadium, I see them all bundled up.
It's not really indoor. It's just to prevent from the rain.
Yeah.
And they didn't close it until way late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enclosed for temperature. It's enclosed for rain because it never stops raining there.
Yes. So Wayne House has worked it back to a 2-2 count. While we wait for the next pitch.
That'll work.
I think you might be ahead of me because I still have a second ball.
Sorry.
Okay, strikes out swinging. I'm good with that.
I'm done.
Oh, no, you're good.
I'll mute.
No, you're good.
How many Ks you got?
Give me just 1 second. I've got 1,
6,
2, 3. I have 4.
I took a shot.
4 for Paulie.
Yep.
And yeah, that's what has the total for Washington. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All on sliders.
Yes.
Yes, every single pitch has
really nasty.
He's thrown nothing. No fastballs, no changeups, all sliders.
I think I saw 1 changeup.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I think I saw 1.
Yeah, you got to mix it up a little.
But Paulie does get ahead of Schiffer 0-2 on a called strike and a foul. Schiffer has struck out and ground out so far today.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Is it a strikeout? Because that sounds fun.
Sorry. I am counting. I'm counting outs at this point.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, grounds out to Cole over at third. Tosses it over to Maddie. 3. So a pretty quick 1, 2, 3 inning for Paulie. 9, 10,
How many?
12. 92.
Ooh, nailed it.
Damn.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
That ain't
9,
gonna work.
47. 56 of them have been strikes by my count. That's if I can do math correctly, which again, I don't trust.
Math.
Yep.
Yes.
Tough math.
Who would think that I work in a data job in my other life? I was playing with budgets all day today, so I'm all maxed out at this point. That's loud. Sorry, my live stats keeps popping up with ads, and then it does the audio right into my headphones. And it surprises me every single time. So when I use backup or top of the eighth, we've got 912 in Jeremy Gorski and Drew Ashley.
So we've got more.
Yep, we've got our double leadoffs going here. So we'll see if Jeremy can get on. He's walked once and ground into a double play. So a bit of a mixed bag. That's kind of been today at the plate so far. Bit of a mixed bag.
Drew Ashley clutch, though.
This is a quality team.
No.
So.
Oh, yeah.
And I can now say that if anything happens next half inning, it is all Matt Cohen's fault.
Oh, no.
No, it was his
fault. Nope. Don't say it.
I'm not saying
even
it.
acknowledge
I'm
it.
not saying
Don't
it.
do a thing. Don't do it.
Meanwhile, Jeremy he swung at the first and took the second high, so he's even at 1-1.
Jeremy will grind out at bat, get on base, refocus, Cass.
Yes.
Come on now.
I wouldn't mind Jeremy seeing a bunch of pitches here.
He's flustered. Look at her.
She's fine.
Okay, so Jeremy fouls off the 1-2.
By the way, Chris, me and you are going to be fired by Carl tomorrow.
Why is this? We got fired?
We're going to be.
Why?
I see the look in his eye.
What? I'm reading Twitter.
I'm doing my best, but once I'm on there, I have to come off of this to go back over there. So
Jeremy strikes out, swings. So we've got Gorski up. He ground out once and struck out twice. And I use up to 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the 10th strikeout. Creeping up there a little bit on that strikeout count.
I feel like the over-under is like 11 every game.
If they can get tender. Although I also said it would be a little more flexible this.
We should get chicken if we win a game and strike out more than 10 times.
I'm just glad I'm not donating. So Gorski's down 0-2 on a called strike and a foul. Again, he's 0 for 3 so far today.
Last weekend, my buddy asked me, one of my New York guys, do we get anything if we win a game with 5 errors?
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. He said we should have got a coupon for something.
Well, and according to Aaron Fitt, I'm assuming he's there.
He is.
And
he's
not
there.
just watching the stats. He's saying that Paulie has good feel for his slider at 80 to 82. I'm not making this up.
No, I don't think Aaron Fitt is reduced to the live stats like us peons.
No. Ooh, so Gorski gets his first hit of the day with a line drive to center field. So we've got 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah. No, he announced last week that he was going to this event.
I thought so.
Yeah. And he's the one that tweeted that picture of where
that
ball
Adley
landed.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. He did the little.
He actually circled it.
Yep.
Yes. So evidently on the Wayne House strikeout, the foul ball that he hit was hit a very, very long way. And so good thing that it was not hit straight. But then Paulie worked back to strike him out. So That is good. That's according to Fit on the very long. So Drew Ashley with in play outs. I don't know what or how many. We will see in a second.
Outs means 2, no?
No, not it does
It's
in
in
play out
parentheses.
with the S in parentheses, and it means 1 or more. And you don't know unless there's already 2 outs.
I say we just do live stats every game. It's way more fun.
It's fun when we've got this.
Yeah.
I don't want any play-by-play. I don't want anything. I want live stats all the time. I just want live stats.
Whoa.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Wait,
right?
how did that happen? That's that can't. Can that be right? Gorski advanced to third on a ground out to first?
He was stealing, maybe, and they just kept
That's
going.
true. There was a mound visit,
Or
and
he took a jump lead and ran on contact.
Yeah.
He's fast. He is fast.
He is fast. I didn't think anyone was really that fast.
Didn't he score from third on a pop up to second base on a tag up once?
That sounds right.
I think he did.
It would not surprise me.
At the bar, we popped up to like the second baseman. He tagged up and scored.
Yeah. Oh, so we've got an automatic walk of Kalitha after the first pitch was thrown a ball.
Did he get hit yet today? No.
Nope.
He has a fielder's choice, a ground out, and a strikeout.
They were pitching him outside.
Away from the magnet.
Yep.
Yes. I was going to say that it's something different from the HBP that we're used to with him.
Yeah.
So we've got Matty Lloyd coming up.
Oh, he's going to crush one.
He's had the hot hand today.
Yep, he's got a single and a double.
Come on.
G3. There's evidently a mound visit. Well, if that's the second mound visit, they've got to be switching pitchers, unless there's an injury. In which case, they're still switching pitchers.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a pitching change of some kind. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah, the second of the inning, they got to take him out.
Right. I can't imagine that's how that visit was intended to go. That first one, visit, intentionally walk Kalitha, visit. That seems less than ideal. Well, evidently there's not a pitching change. I'm not sure how that happens. Could be a false thing in the stats. But well, they didn't actually change him.
Take him out. Leave him in.
They haven't changed him. He did throw the first pitch ball to Lloyd.
Oh.
How can they not take him out if there was 2 mound visits? Oh, okay.
It could be there wasn't a mound, or one of the mound visits was the catcher.
See?
Okay.
See, now it's throwing 3 mound visits out there, and I'm thinking that's an error in the live stats.
See, now if we had play-by-play, we'd know exactly what happened. It wouldn't be as fun.
The beauty of us being blind.
Yes. Means we can assume whatever we want.
That's what I'm saying. It's like one of those choose your adventure books.
Yes. See, choose your own adventure. I'm saying Matt Lloyd hits a home run right here.
Fred Glass, we
at least a double.
Play ever again.
Injury delay?
Oh. But didn't come out. So I guess one of those didn't count as a mound visit.
Well, that's assuming that it was the pitcher. It doesn't specify that.
That's true, but it would also say if somebody was substituted in the field.
It could be the guy who's doing the live stats got hurt.
That would be a different one. What is the cramp from holding the mouse?
I'm just saying, it could be.
Don't you have someone to tend to? Come on, man.
So we're still sitting at 1 ball, runners on the corners, 2 down in the top of the 8th. No idea what's going on, but evidently something at the mound.
Sorry, Cass.
The best. Listen, At least we're up. Better than, we're still up.
Yeah. Yep. No idea what's going on here. But something tells me if there are actually this many mound visits in an inning,
it's a new rule.
There's got to be something.
There's
got to be something going on.
I have no idea. Here's where I would take a walk, and I would go outside and then come back.
And disappear for an inning and a half.
I run into people when I'm walking around. It's not like I shoot right.
You do. You're the mayor. You talk to everybody.
It's not like I'm hiding.
I'm not getting musical requests on Twitter.
You're now getting musical?
Oh, do it.
For what?
Well, I wait until we actually do the next mound visit that actually takes somebody out of the game.
Hey, listen, we used to radio from Roger, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
Play some 80s hair metal for Roger.
Or we're the three best friends that anybody ever had. We're the three best friends.
Paulie's singing that on the mic'd up from the dugout.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
That was the best.
That was phenomenal. I was showing that to friends, and they're not even all baseball people, and they were, this is really awesome.
Yeah.
So evidently with Michaels, the guy who's theoretically still the pitcher, so he's visited by the trainer and has to exit the game. So we do have a pitching change.
All right, hit it, Carl.
I don't know who.
I can't play this thing by your turn.
Hoosiers After Dark.
But evidently,
this will not be posted ever in public. Not being posted. No.
Watching anymore.
Oh, why
not? I'm kidding, Cass.
Like doing it.
Okay. So we're back to a interesting that I didn't expect based on what I had said. Well, so Maddie, they do switch the lefty for the righty.
Yeah.
So it is a righty against Lloyd, which again seems counterintuitive, but we'll go with it.
Pac-12.
So we've got. Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying they play different ball in the West Coast.
Yes.
Well, or they don't have Cassaday's stats,
right?
Which we were muted on, and
that's true.
They don't get the reverse split stuff that we are privy to.
Yes. There's a reason we don't actually really publish those.
Mm-hmm.
So Stevie Emanuels is the new pitcher. He throws a ball inside. So that's now a 2-0 count with runners on the corner.
Oh, pick
corners.
One. Pick a good one.
But wait to see if they give you anything.
Oh, yeah. Empty base, right?
No, well.
No empty base, right?
They'd have to load it. Load it for Feynman.
That'll work, too.
So Lloyd grounds out to second base and ends the threat.
Where's Paulie? Pitch.
What?
Where's Paulie pitch count?
92. I'd say he's got another inning.
Oh, oh, sweetheart. He has 2 more.
I guarantee, I'm going with 1. If he can get through in under 10 pitches, he has 2. I don't trust if he goes more than 10 pitches that they'll let him try to go for it.
I guarantee they will. This is a once in a lifetime.
That is true.
It is once in a lifetime to pitch at that stadium. You are correct.
And I'm betting there are a good number of scouts there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron Fitt corrected his previous tweet. I'm not going to read the first part of it, but I will read the second part of it, which is that he doesn't throw a splitter, but has good feel for his slider at 80-82.
Yes.
So he's not seeing the slider at 89. So
no, I would think not.
And I think he's got a pretty good judge of these things. So I think we can rely on Mr. Fitt there.
Yep.
So 20.
On the bottom of the 8th here?
Yep.
Oh, man. I messed the inning up already once. I'm double checking.
Through 1. Again, I hate when they substitute pitcher. I get it for injury especially, but switching out a pitcher in the middle of the at-bat just screws up all my stuff. Well, and then a lot of times the live stats will credit all of the pitches of an at-bat to whoever is credited with the at-bat. In mine, if you threw a pitch, it's counting to you. So, speaking of pitches, Paulie's thrown a pair of pitches that were fouled off. So Cirillo is down 0-2 to start off the 8th inning.
It's a good game.
It is. You know, all of these games are going to be good games.
That's all I wanted.
This level of competition. So Cirillo strikes out swinging on 3 pitches. That's a good way to start it.
Right?
What?
This is the second game in a row he's made it to the 8th inning?
Yes, at least second. Let me look back. I don't think he made it to the 8th in Tennessee. He might have, but I don't think he did.
No, in Memphis? No.
No, Knoxville, he made it through 6.
Yeah, just that bad first one. Then he was really good.
We've got a pinch hitter for Washington. It's Rolly Nichols, not Raleigh. I looked that one on the pronunciation guide.
Rolly. Okay.
Yes. Rhymes with holy was how they phrased it. So he is pinch hitting. I know nothing about him other than he has taken a strike and now swung at a strike. Went golfing a little bit, it looks like.
On the slider?
Yep, on the slider.
That probably actually was. I think that one actually was a slider.
Probably was.
I knew it. Come on.
The called strike at 88 was probably not a slider.
Listen,
but he is still
the slider.
he is still down 0-2. So we'll see what happens here. About the only thing I know about Rolly Nichols is that he bats from the left-hand side. The only reason I know that is they have it on the screen. Okay, so Nichols strikes out swinging as well.
Yeah.
This one on 5 pitches. All of them strikes. So Paulie has thrown 8 pitches this inning. All 8 have been strikes.
That means he's at 100, right?
I believe so, yes. Yes. He did have, Paulie had one game last year where the first, I think it was 17 pitches he threw were all strikes. And that spanned 1+ innings. I remember that one because we were just counting them up.
Do you have his absolute maximum that he's done in his IU career?
I can look in just a second once I write down this new pinch hitter who swings at the first pitch and misses. If I remember right, his name is pronounced Sue, but it starts with an H. And he is pinch hitting. Let me pull up. Trying to do this without covering up the live stats.
Oh, and you cannot cover that.
No. Oh, Paulie throws his first ball of the inning.
Oh.
Bit high and outside. That popped up on the wrong side there. I don't want it there. So let's find Paulie. I will start with the last year for now for Paulie for number of pitches. Oh, line drive single to right. I I am blaming Matt Cohen.
He was saying that since the 5th.
It is still his fault.
That's what I'm saying.
Although Fit mentioned it as well.
Yeah, which is why I only read the second half of that tweet.
Yes. Oh, but in play out for Roberts on the first pitch.
And that had to have still been Pauly. Okay.
So he didn't even take
grounds
him out.
out to second. Grounds out to Drew, so leave him there. So Pauly's no-hitter's broken up in the 8th, but he gets through it scorelessly. So he is at 104 pitches. He could still have another inning. 5, 8, 10, 11. He threw a single ball that inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we will move to the 9th inning. And I am still looking at the maximum number of pitches he's thrown. I just got distracted. So, last season, the game was 112 to Southern when he threw the complete game.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it.
Is he not going to do it?
No, I thought he was going to throw the no-hitter.
Oh, he came close.
Yeah.
So Nichols and Sue remain in the game for Washington. We've got Ryan at the plate. Still Emmanuel's pitching as he threw a total of 2 pitches the last inning. Let's see. Try to find Camp Pauly. Looking at 2016.
Oh,
he threw.
This guy.
So Feynman is down 0-2, watches 1 and swings at 1. Pauly threw 105 pitches against Ohio State year before last and 104 against Minnesota. So he could be good for another inning. We'll see what they do.
Of the scoreboard after the 7th, showing all the zeros.
Ooh. Comment on Twitter says, "I blame Feeney."
Blame me? I did nothing.
To be fair, Cohen did say that his tweet did not, in fact, age well. So
yeah,
he at least owned up to it.
That comment wasn't on Twitter. Sorry, that was on YouTube. Sorry, I keep bouncing between things.
Watching this? I thought it was just us.
Actually, it's gone back up. We actually have more people than we did like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, well, welcome. Glad to have you joining us in the 9th inning as Ryan strikes out swinging.
Get the no-hitter. Oh.
5. So we now theoretically move on to Jake Skrine. He pinch hit for Scotty in the 7th inning. We will see if he remains in there as the DH. It has not shown yet.
And so Feynman started the inning, so it's possible that Lloyd would be available to pitch here.
Yep. We do have a pinch hitter for Jake Skrine with Tyler Van Pelt coming to the plate. He watches a ball outside, and so they're going both ways for him.
Yeah, I have no problem with going to Matty right here.
That is true.
First one. Gotta get the first one.
Not after the 1 hit.
Yeah, you give him the opportunity if he's got the no-hitter
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm surprised he finished the inning.
Too much reason. So Van Pelt
Out.
flies left field, so that's 2 down. 1.
Yep. You got a 1-0 game. Put Lloyd in the game and finish this first one out.
Yep.
He's so jacked
Don't
up
mess
on that.
around with it.
So we've got Colbar at the plate down in the top of the 9th. Waiting on that first pitch. So far today, he has walked twice and struck out once. One of those was an intentional walk. The first intentional walk the Hoosiers have seen so far this year.
The whole season?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unless there was one at Northeastern that was not labeled as an intentional.
Yeah.
So evidently Cole looked at putting down the bunt and took the second pitch for a ball. Ooh, in play, no out. Not homer, but it is a 2-out hit.
Nice.
Which is always good. He singles on a line drive to center fielder. So we've got 1 aboard and 2 outs. And we should have Sam Crail coming up unless there's another pinch hitter. Sam Crail's the next guy up.
Who they got coming up? Do you know for the order?
Give me just 1 second. They have
Number wise or whatever. 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so get it done.
1, 2 coming up. So Sam Crail's a Colbar on first, 2 out. Waiting on the first pitch. Swings at a ball maybe just outside the zone, maybe just inside of the zone. It's in that borderland area that's kind of been called both ways. Then he watches the second one high. Crail so far has a single and a on the day. So far, he's getting fastballs from Emmanuel's for Washington. Probably trying to just pitch him to contact. Swings and misses at the 1-1 pitch. So now 1-2, and he strikes out swinging on the next pitch. So Cole's left on base. 4, 3. So that's no runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left.
Yep.
And let's see, 15. 15, 11, 17, and 12. So we'll move to the bottom of the 9th, and we'll see if Paulie's on to shut it down or if Matt Lloyd comes in. Those would be I would guess one or the other. You never know, but that'd be my guess. Could give Paulie until you get somebody on base.
Yep. Has Paulie gone? Do you have much on Paulie 4th time through the order?
I do not. I do third.
You don't track
plus.
that far.
I do.
Yeah.
I do third.
No one knows that.
Yeah.
He has. I know he got against Northeastern. He just got into that 4th time through.
Okay. I mean, that's a rarity even for him. So.
Yeah. That 4th time through was the hit by pitch, strikeout, home run, fly out. But no, I just group because more than 3rd time through is so rare.
Yeah, and it's not statistically significant.
No. So I just group 3rd plus.
Just that if somebody had it, it would be Paulie. So.
Yeah. Yep. Seaver was also one who got that. And we do have a pitching change. It is Matt Lloyd. So great job by Paulie. Did absolutely everything you can hope for out of your Friday night starter.
Gotta nail it down.
Do not yet know who is coming into play first, other than it's not Scotty, so I would guess Cade.
Yep.
And that'll be likely for Van Pelt in the DH or in the DH position. It still has not shown up on my feed yet.
Come on, Matt. Do your thing.
Box score. Yep, we've got Cade.
Creeper.
We've got Cade for Van Pelt.
Yep.
Cade, first base. This is where I get a little iffy when I've got 4 guys who all hit in the same spot in the order.
Yep.
Makes it fun.
You're earning your money at this inning, Cass.
Oh, the one I'm really waiting for is a time when a team bats around at least once, because then I push those into the 10th inning, any extras, and then for us to go into extra innings that same game. My scorecard will be a mess. I have not seen that happen yet. My scorecard will be a mess if it ever does. So Paulie ends the day at 104 pitches in 8 innings of scoreless baseball, 1 hit. So very, very good performance for him.
Yeah, against a good team. That's
yes, in a big environment. I think we're still waiting on that first pitch. There we go. So Maddie's thrown a pair of balls inside to start off Ward, who is not a guy you want on the base paths right now. Trust Ryan to death, but let's not test that right now. So far, Ward has a fly out, a ground out, and he was the one who was plunked. So we've now got a called strike on that outer half. So it's now a 2-1 count. And then a ball low. Maddie does appear to be working his fastball. So far, it's topped out a bit over 93.
Oh, he's jacked up.
So it's a 3-1 count. Sorry if that echoed. I was taking a drink. Waiting on pitch 5. Called strike, again on that outer half.
Nice.
So we've got a full count. See what the payoff pitch holds. Still waiting. And called out on strikes.
Yeah.
So that's 1 down.
Live stats sucks in a stressful bottom of the 9th. Oof.
Yes.
He almost hit 94 on that one.
Yep.
He's so jacked up. He's always so much better in a tight, close, big game.
Yep. So we've got
hopping around behind the mound.
Yep. So first pitch ball to Kale. Must be just high according to the live stats. Because that looks.
And that was that was their main leadoff. That was the leadoff hitter for the team.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yep.
That was
their guy who was 11 for 12 in stolen base attempts. So we've got a 1-0 count. Still throwing that fastball. Fouled one off that was pretty well down the middle at 92 miles an hour.
Give him the heater.
And then looks like he almost hit him, but didn't. So it's now a 2-1 count. Still all fastballs. Don't think I'm expecting anything else from Maddie.
Paulie got to teach him a slider.
Yeah. Okay, so Kale fouls off another one. So it's back to even at 2-2. So far, Kale is lined out, ground out, and struck out.
I'll take a foul out. Add to that.
Yeah, I'm good with another strikeout.
True.
I'm good with an out.
Yeah, any out.
It's up to midnight my time. I'm down with any outs.
Hey, the one run we scored was just after midnight.
It was. Well, just after midnight your time.
That's the
just
only
after
time
11 my time. I've just learned to adjust everything to Eastern time.
We really shouldn't be Eastern time now that you mention it, though.
It just always strikes me that Indiana's part and part.
Oh, we have a comment from a gentleman, JB. Are you familiar,
Yes.
Cass?
Oh,
he
yeah.
Says, you're Monsanto any day.
So Kale takes another ball. Oh, go ahead.
Day, twice on Sunday.
Ooh. Well, hopefully we're not playing twice on Sunday.
No.
Don't talk about Monsanto. Come on now.
Listen, I'm just reporting what I see.
I know. Yep. I saw
it. So Kale draws a walk with one out. 7 pitches.
Ground ball, game over.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, I like those.
Provided there's no pinch hitter, we've got Bromesco up next. He's flied out, struck out, and ground out.
Paulie got a lot of outs.
He did. That happens when you make it 8 innings.
Yeah. We do have a pinch runner, though.
Oh, do we? I haven't made it that far yet. So Willie who is it? Weiss.
Baby, stop. It's not Willie Mays Hayes. Stop.
It's Willie Mays Hayes.
No. Stop.
See, this is what I told you. You don't want me doing play-by-play.
So let's see. Weiss is 0 for 0 on stolen base attempts. He's played in 8 games, 1 started. And first pitch to Bromesco is a ball. Oh, my strikes. There it is. My strike zone temporarily disappeared.
That happened in Texas, but when Krell was up.
Yep. Oh, grounds out to Houston.
2 or 1? 2?
Just 1.
To first baseman, Cade Bunnell.
Yep.
So
Not Bunnell.
Not Bunnell. Not Bunnell.
No?
So that means we got a runner in scoring position now, right?
We do have a runner in scoring position. We've got 2 outs.
Yep.
So just need any out of any kind. There is a mound visit. And we have Wayne House at the plate, who has flied out twice and struck out in 3 plate appearances.
Wow, the whole heart of the order.
Thankfully, it's not Adam Wainwright, because he
can hit.
Could actually drive the ball somewhere.
He can.
So this dude, we're good.
Didn't he want to do the home run derby, Wainwright?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was also advocating for, if they wouldn't let any of the pitchers into the home run derby, to have a pitcher's home run derby. He did not win that argument.
Syndergaard would do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 who were really pushing for it.
Thor.
I'm always good with Wayno.
Now, what is this, a mound visit?
How was that a called strike?
That's like the one to Krill in Texas.
That was
wow.
Right?
Yep, that's
and then we've got a
Krill's.
foul to 0-2.
Oh, Lord, throw it over his head 20,000 feet so we can't see it. Please.
Either that was a really bad location on it, or that was a really bad call. I'm not sure which. We might have the monkeys controlling it now.
Yeah, they adjusted back lower.
So we've got, as of now on mine, an 0-2 count.
Yep.
Still all fastballs.
Yes.
Come on.
Four
Come on.
seamers.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen Matt throw 93, but
Yeah.
He did get up to 93.
He was almost at 94 in that first at bat.
Yeah. On the strikeout, the last pitch. So he throws a ball low. It's a 1-2 count.
That's a good idea.
See if he'll go to Twitter. That is the ball game. I'm not sure what it is, but it is the ball game.
Okay.
I'm hoping a
Swinging
K.
strike.
Matty.
That's it. Yep, struck out swinging.
Play the damn song.
Crank it up. Crank it up, Carl. Louder.
There's no way to tell a man where the river flows. Diamond told it.
There ain't a word that I can find to describe the touch. I can't deny that I'm following flame. I gotta take you for a bus, leaving New Orleans. I'm saying prayer that every single light turns green. I buy a cheap bouquet from the flower shop and hope she waits for me at the final stop. I'm going back to Indiana to see my baby in her Houston gown. The world is burning down. I'm going back to Indiana. I play guitar each night for the finest kind. I've left a chance on the road behind. I don't believe in fate. I call it destiny. And if I'm lucky, yeah, she'll keep a place for me. Oh, she will. I'm going back to Indiana to see my baby in her evening gown. And even if the world is burning down, I'm going back to Indiana.
What a game.
That was a game.
Oh my God, that was great. Pat, you were great. Can you sit in a room staring at the stupid robot computer for this game? I can't fathom that. No hit and everything, this and that. Oh. Hey, you hadn't had a wrap up positive, but you get this.
Yes. I had two rough ones.
Oh, did you see the picture of Lloyd?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Fit has a great picture.
Cut it, Carl.
Okay.
Yep.
No, just the live.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. The Hoosiers win.
Yep. Great game from Paulie Milto, who goes 8 one-hit innings, combines with Matty Lloyd for the shutout today, and Hoosiers win 1-0 on a Drew Ashley RBI single.
Yep.
See you at the bar.
See you at the bar. What a win.